अस्सलामुअलैकुम नाजरीन मुंग तासु ته واپس راغلو او مونږ تاسو سره واپس په پروګرام کې یو دا وخت کې زبا د وخت دعوت ورکوم د اس ډي جی 4 د لپاره اس ډي جی 4 چې دا کوالټي ایجوکیشن د دې لپاره ز دعوت ورکوم مونږ په د اس ډي جی 4 باندې خبرې کوو نو بیا نور خبرې تاسو سره کوو خو زمونږ سره چې کوم د ساوث افریقا نه زمونږ ګیسټ دا کیرولین مکمبه هغه له وایم چې ریکوست کوم چې هغه د تراشي هغه خبرو کې د فیملی کمټمنټ کنو بیا به مخبل پروګرام کنټینیو ساتو هر ایکسلنسی کیرولین مکمبه please what about SDG 4 and your subject?
Thank you very much, Dr. Khalil. So I'm going to speak briefly on what is SDG4 and how it relates obviously to our topic this morning of reducing poverty in the world. And then also maybe just look briefly at where we at globally with SDG4. So SDG4 basically speaks to quality education. The aim of SDG4 is to provide an inclusive and equitable quality education that fosters lifelong learning for everyone. So education, as we know, is a human right, and it's a key factor for achieving all other sustainable development goals. For example, when we look at SDG 5, which speaks to gender equality, when we speak about education, education can help women and girls achieve gender equality. So education can also benefit people and societies in many ways. It can help reduce poverty. It can increase economic growth, improve health, foster peace, protect the environment, and so much more. Education is also important for addressing the challenges of our time. So such as, for example, climate change. So it can help people also learn new skills and find jobs and also support economic growth. It can also help people live peacefully and in inclusive societies and effective institutions. Also, research has also shown that education affects economic growth and poverty both directly and indirectly. So education can improve people's income and employment while protecting them from socioeconomic risks such as poverty. So it can reduce inequality by helping the poorest people. So coming to the topic of this morning of poverty, how can education help reduce poverty? So education can improve people's income and well-being and their dignity. It can also reduce, like I've mentioned earlier, it can also reduce inequalities and social exclusion by giving people access to opportunities and resources. So when you are educated, you are able to find a better job, which can help you earn an income, which can help you, for example, buy a house where you can stay or buy food so that you can eat. So that's some of the benefits of education. Education also can support economic growth and development by providing skills and knowledge that are needed for the economy. So when you're educated, you are able to acquire skills. For example, an engineer can be able to maybe make roads. That's one way that education can actually contribute to the economy. So it can also help in achieving the other sustainable development goals and extreme poverty. So it breaks that cycle of poverty, where we see in so many countries that a lot of people, poverty has become it's become generational. So it's like from the grandparents to the parents to the children to the grandchildren, everyone lives in poverty because most people are not educated; they are illiterate. So what education then does is it helps you break free from that poverty cycle. So education can also help protect our environment and prevent climate change. For example, it raises awareness and understanding of environmental issues. Like we're seeing at the moment how our world, is going through the whole climate challenges that we're faced with. We saw recently in Morocco with the earthquake. We saw in Libya where thousands of people have died because of floods, and all these are results of climate change. So with education, we're able to raise awareness of how we can treat our world. And so we're empowering each other to take action and adopt sustainable practices to save our world, because this is the world that we all live in, and if we don't protect it, no one else is going to do that for us. So education can also reduce poverty, like I've mentioned, by improving people's incomes. And but I think one thing that we also need to be aware of is that many people lack quality education, particularly in low-income countries where many children drop out of school, or they do not have they're not able to complete basic education. So there's a report that was released last month by UNESCO Institute for Statistics, which is basically the SDG 4 midterm progress report, which basically tells us where we are in terms of achieving SDG 4. And what the report showed was that we're still quite far from achieving SDG 4. And it also showed that if all adults were, for example, to finish secondary school, the global poverty rate could actually be cut by more than half. So this already shows you how important education is. But like I've mentioned, the progress since 2015 has actually been very slow, as we've seen with the rise of out-of-school children in many countries, especially during the COVID-19 lockdown, where schools were closed and a lot of millions of children didn't go back to school. So currently, according to UNESCO, the number of out-of-school children has actually reached 250 million, which is a staggering number, and the rise has also been contributed, partly by the exclusion of women and girls from education in countries, for example, such as Afghanistan. So, so these are also some of the reasons why we're seeing an increase in out-of-school children. I think it's also important to also note that 6 countries have more than 1/3 of all of out-of-school children of primary school age, and these countries are Ethiopia, India, Indonesia, Nigeria, Pakistan, and Sudan. So the question then really is, how do we get back on track to try and ensure that we do not leave anyone behind, and that we try as much as possible to globally achieve SDG 4. And some of the recommendations that came out from the UNESCO report was that governments need to invest more in education, and if for example, if 1.4 million children are enrolled in early childhood education every year, would be able to achieve SDG 4. If a new child is enrolled in school every 2 seconds until 2030, then we will be able to achieve SDG 4. And you can see already this is going to be, very difficult to achieve. And lastly, obviously, if we look at the annual progress in primary school, that the annual progress in primary school completion rates actually needs to triple in order for us to be able to achieve SDG 4. So we've got such a long way to go in order for us to achieve SDG 4 and also to contribute to reducing poverty in the world. But it's something that we really need to advocate for our governments in our different regions to invest more in education, invest more in particularly like digital transformation in education, as we've seen during COVID-19, why it's important to do so and to reduce the digital divide and to also equip educators, with digital skills and to also enhance their skills. Yes.
Okay, Caroline, this is very, very in detail. The SDGs are my subjects, and I could totally understand that you explained very, very well, mashallah. It's so nice and very good that to having you and to listen from you. Nazreen, just I would like to take your 1 minute more. Samin or Nazreen Sanga Chita Suta Ma Vili Uchimumba Aga extreme expert Ravalu. د دنیا نم د پاکستان نم چې هغه په خپل سبجیکټ باندې کمانډ لري. کیرولان مکمبه چې دا د ساوث افریقا نه مونږ ته هغه ویلې چې هغه په اس ډي جی 4 یعنی په کوالټي ایجوکیشن کې څنګه هغه چیلنجز بیان کړ، د ټولي دنیا چیلنجز مو ویلې، د خپل ملک چیلنجز مو ویلې، او هغه یو لایف سایکل تاسو ته خلو چې کله ایجوکیشن باندې کارو کړی شي، چې ایجوکیشن سترونګ شي، نو تاسو په دې خبر باندې ځان پوهه کې چې التب تاسو ته بیا د دې ضرورت نه چې باقی چې کم زموږه پارټس دي د اس ډي جیز هغه په خپل کور کېدل شروع شي، ولې چې د اس ډي جیز زیاتره پارټس دي د دې تعلق د موټیویشن سره دی او د ټریننګز سره د دې تعلق دی. نو هغه بدقسمتي سره چې کله تعلیم نه نو هغه تعلیم نه به تعلیمه خلکو لپاره یا هغه خلکو لپاره کوم چې نه پوهېدل غواړي یا چې د کا چا تعلیم کم وي یا نه، نو هغه سره بیا د دې ایشوز پیدا کېدل ډېر مشکل شي او هغه ته په خپل ډېر غټ چیلنجز په دنیا کې راپېښ کیږي. منګه په قران کې وایو چې کله د قران آیات دی چې چرته تعلیم یافته یعنی د الله منون کې او د الله نه منون کې چې دا یو شان کې دي شي، هغه ته قران بلایند وي، هغه ته نظر نه بغیر خلک وي، یعنی هغه ته وړاندې وي په پښتو کې چورته موږ وایو وړاندې. نو اسی ما دا یو خبره فیل کړه په دې انټرنیشنل ټریننګز کې چې کله زه شامل شوم، نو داسې خلک رااله ماته ویل چې تم لږ دا فارم ډک کنو، ما ګوره دا خو د دې ستر کې مشته لاسونه مشته تعلیم مشته خو فارم نشي ډکولې. د دې مطلب چې دا دلته یو ځای کې وړاندې دي کنه، نو چې قران نی ویل یا د الله نوم ولنه ورزي یقینا هغه وړاندې هغه ته ویل شي په قران کې. نو زه اوس په دې پوښم چې ولې هغه ته وړاندې وي چې هغه الیټریټ خلک وي چې هغه سره ډیر مسایل وي په دنیا کې، نو که هغه په تاسو په خپل تعلیم نشي کولای، نو په کار دی چې تاسو خپل بچو باندې او چې کوم نکیان دي په خپل نسو باندې او په نسانو باندې یعنی په میل او فیمیل باندې خپل تعلیمو کې چې هغه دې مقام ته ورسي. Okay, Her Excellency, this is very nice for having you and to listen you. Could you say in Zulu how to say bye bye?
Okay, you can say I'm trying to think now.
You can also say God bless you, like this sentence.
Okay, so we can say inkosibe now.
You?
Inkosibe, yeah, inkosi igubusise.
Okay, and
may the Lord bless you. May the Lord bless you.
Enkosibo.
Inkosi igubusise.
Oh, it's so difficult. Then might be never repeated by me. Any easy word to say bye bye to you that we would like to say in your language to you? As we sang in Pashto, the Khuday Paman, and how we can say in Saraiki and Punjabi, Farat and other friends of mine.
Allah Sone Di Aman.
Allah Soni Di Aman. It is basically Saraiki and little close to Punjabi as well. Any other language you would like to say, Maryam? And
yeah, in Arabic we say Fi Amanillah.
Fi Amanillah in Arabic. Yeah, it's so famous. Fi Amanillah. And in Urdu, Saima, you can say in Urdu or in English as you wish.
In Urdu, we can say Allah Hafiz, Ya Allah ke hawale, and in English, okay, bye bye, take
Okay,
care.
bye bye. In Turkiya language, if you would like to say someone bye bye, you have to say gule gule. In Turkiya language, you know, gule gule. But I don't know how to say. It's a enko sibo something in.
Okay, no. Okay, or just to say bye, you can say salagashi.
Okay, you pronounce as sa sala
Rase.
rase
Ra.
ra
Rase. Se.
rase sala
No,
rase.
ga. No, ga.
Sorry.
Almost like GA. Ra. Se.
Rase sala rase.
Yes.
Sala rase. I would like to write in Roman. Sala rase. Okay, we would like to say to you sala rase. Everybody, please.
Salagase.
To you. Thank you very much. Thank you, and
Thank you,
inshallah,
Sabo.
we are hoping that to have you in another program, inshallah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. Now we are coming to our on program के हम लोग अपने प्रोग्राम की तरफ आए. अभी तो पुश्तो के काफी सारे सेंटेंसेस रहते हैं. मैं पुश्तो के एक शेर से शुरू करूंगा. आज शेर शायरी का थोड़ा सा नशा चढ़ा है फरहत को भी, वो उसका भी हाथ ऊपर है, और बाकी फ्रेंड्स भी शेर शायरी के बड़े करीब हैं, आना चाहते हैं. मैं पुश्तो के एक शेर से शुरू करता हूं तो आपकी तरफ आता हूं.
ये है कि मेरी एक गुजारिश है कि थोड़ी सी लंबी तमीद के बजाय थोड़ा शॉर्ट कर लें, क्योंकि मेरी 1 बजे टिकट है.
ये रिकॉर्डिंग मुझे यहाँ कट करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि ये आ गया इसमें.